Principal Snyder because they had already done much of the work. They had already surveyed the route, had put some preliminary alignments down for the water main, and the fact that they're doing the west frontage road really helps in economies of scale for them to be doing these projects together in terms of coordination.
It's $116,600.
Yes.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Martha. Further discussion? Seeing none, thank you. Those in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carried. That brings us to item I. Consider disallowance claim filed by Walgreens Company. This is regarding the property assessment for 7520 118th Avenue.
Mr. President, Village Board, Rocco Vita, Village Assessor. Walgreens is a tenant of the facility of the Walgreens over on I-94 and 75th Street. It's parcel number 91-4-122-072-0032. And they filed a timely claim of excessive assessment for the 2007 assessment year. The insurance company, the insurance carrier the village has, again, this year recommends the board to deny their claim. One of the many reasons for denial is that this process, Walgreens is asking, it's going through the courts and asking the Supreme Court to take a look at how all assessments on commercial properties in the state of Wisconsin are accomplished, and we're looking to have alternative methods put into place. This Walgreens claims will be heard by the Supreme Court in February 26th, and determination by the Supreme Court sometime this year to give an indication as to whether the Wisconsin Property Assessment Manual is still applicable in cases of income-producing properties, or whether they'll instruct the Department of Revenue to advise assessors to use a different portion of value in income-producing properties. Interesting to note, on their claim, they claim the assessed value for Walgreens should be $2.7 million. The current assessed value is $4.1 million. $2.7 million would be less than the assessed value from 2004. And maybe some of you have seen in the paper this weekend that a Walgreens store, a new Walgreens store, just transacted in Kenosha on the north side for $5.5 million. It's quite an indication as to the true value of that kind of an asset. I think when we determined the value in 2006 of $4.1 million, there still were not a lot of Walgreens sales throughout the state, but in the last 2 years there have been a number of them all attaining that kind of sale price.
I think you stated when this first came before us, Pleasant Prairie is unique in this situation. Legal action. In fact, I talked to a gentleman from New Berlin today, and for some reason this came up that New Berlin is in the same situation with legal action. The impact is throughout the state. There's surrounded some Walgreens stores, but there's a few dozen communities that have claim, and the number of claims are into the multiple dozens that Walgreens is carrying right now.
We have a motion. I'll make a motion to approve the disallowance of the claim filed by Walgreens.
Second. Motion second. Further comment or question? Question for Thank you, Roger. Further discussion on this item? Hearing none, those in favor of disallowance of the claim?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So carries. The next item is item J, consent agenda.
I'd like to have the first item under number 2 pulled for separate action, please.
You want item number 2 pulled for separate action?
Just the first item, or do we need to take them separately under number 2? There's 3 of them. There's 3 items under number 2. There's 2 and 3.
Okay. So you want item 2 pulled back?
Sure.
So they'll do them separately. First one is to approve the letter of credit reduction for Henry Homes Development.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Mark, further discussion on that. Those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carries. Brings us item 2, to approve the environmental license application
On the first applicant, we have the application filled out where on page 2 it asks if you've been convicted of any alcoholic beverage-related offense, and appears, it says circle the answer. Apparently I misunderstood it because no is checked, crossed off in all of them. Assuming that's a no, I mean that's really the answer. Number 6 is checked as being yes. Operating a motor vehicle under influence. Down below the bottom portion says if you've answered yes to any of the questions, list the nature to the offense, and that is completely pointless. So I don't see any reason to approve a bank approved application.
Not a problem. We can come back again and fill it out and bring it back to the board. You want to table that one and approve the other one?
I'd like to table the first item. The first one.
Second.
We're just for the record, to make sure it's the Hoff
The
application.
Hoff application is tabled and approval of the Mac and Shoot.
Correct, approval of match.
Motion by Speed, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Monica. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carries. Brings us to item 9, village board comments. We had a very good discussion on the road salt, and seems to be the hottest topic out there right now. That's going to be followed, of course, by the conditions of the roadways. State engineers are predicting this is going to be the worst pothole season we're ever going to see in the state. Unfortunately, you can tell that now by driving just on Highway 50 in the city of West, you can see that deterioration. And all of our interstate highways are failing mode also there with that. So once our crews finish up with the snow removal and salting, as soon as it warms up, we're going to go out there patching potholes.
Right.
Keep everybody busy. Mike?
The last board meeting, I wasn't here, I was in Florida because my flight was delayed because of the weather. But in the south, they have a very interesting setup on their roads. And with all the snow that we have in this area right now, a lot of our fire hydrants, some of us are digging those out and keeping them exposed. But a lot of them are buried. And in the road, they have a blue reflector somewhere in the middle of the road. It's buried so the plows don't hit it. They don't have any plows out there anyway. But that would be something to consider. And where there's a fire hydrant in the village, the blue reflector be put in the road. The fire department shows up, and they'll have to go stop at that. Fire hydrant is buried by some reason, snow or whatever, covered with brush or overgrowth. At least they don't want to say something. Just something to think about.
Those hidden hydrants also pose a challenge for the crews when they start leaning back on snow there also. So we can identify whether it's a pole marking at the side of the hydrant. I know the fire below, when they put that pole right next to the hydrant, the bridge will go around. But further work on it.
Motion to adjourn?
Sir?
Motion and a second for adjournment. Aye.
Aye.